Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's demonstration of the accelerated release technique. Today I have my friend Kathy Skidmore with me, and she's willing to be a volunteer. So without further ado, we're just going to get started. And thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Kathy, for being here.
You're welcome.
Okay, actually, before I get started, let's explain what's going on here. So the accelerated release technique is a new modality working with the subconscious. And what I'm doing for a demonstration is different from an actual session. So if a person were having an actual session with me, we would start with the problem. Let's say anxiety for something to talk about. So let's say a person has anxiety, and I would ask the subconscious, okay, what's underneath it? What is triggering this anxiety? And I would get probably a whole bunch of stuff, some life events, some beliefs, some lessons, some whatever. So it would be a little bit convoluted. It would take a bit of work to get underneath it and release everything associated with that problem. Now, two things. Number one, since this is being broadcast around the world, I'm sure Kathy doesn't want to air all her problems for everybody, so we're not asking for a problem to address. And number two, doing a problem can actually be it can take a little while, and we don't want to be here all day anyway. So what we're going to do is flip that concept on its head. So instead, I'm going to ask Kathy's subconscious if it has a life event, so one particular life event that it would really like to see released and resolved, with the understanding that if it said, yes, there is, well, it's going to give us the most important event, the one like top of the list. Yes, 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 please get to this. So if that's the one we're getting, is that's something significant. That's something that's having an impact on our life now. Just don't necessarily know what it is. So it's causing some sort of problem, but we're not identifying the problem. We're just going straight to the root cause, and hopefully we'll see that that something shifts for you afterwards. We'll have a chat about that later.
Okay.
But
okay.
All right, so we're on it. We're good. So I'm going to need your feedback at points because we're gonna find an event, and I'm gonna I'm essentially going to give you clues. I'm going to give you some emotions and a time frame, and I'm just going to have you think about it and tell me what pops up. If nothing pops up, it means that there's something more that needs to be released, because essentially the ego protects us, and it likes to cloud things. It doesn't want to let go of the adventure. It wants to continue having the problems we have. So it may it may lead me on the wrong track. So give me some false clues, which is, if we look at that and go, nah, that doesn't make any sense, I'll release a little bit of stuff, and then we'll get on the right track. So so yeah, eventually I can guarantee you are like, something will pop up, because this is something significant in your life, and you will remember it, and we'll eventually release it from your energy. So the first thing I have to do is ask, can I connect with Kathy? And that's a yes. Oh, and I don't know if you've watched me do this before. My pendulum, actually, I've learned some new stuff, and it required me reprogramming my pendulum. So now front to back is still a yes, but a no is a side to side motion, for those of you who are counting score at home. I asked, can I connect with Kathy? And I got a yes. Do I have permission to access all aspects of your energy? So that is conscious and unconscious, physical and spiritual, as well as everything across the timeline. I'm getting a no to start, but that's not unusual, because we protect ourselves. We don't just have our energy free and open for everybody under the sun. So there we go. We're at a yes now. Okay, so I'm in. So the next thing I want to ask is, well, is now a good time for us to access this most important life event for you? And I'm getting a yes, there is. So different question now. Is there any negative energy that's keeping us, or that we need to address before we can get to this life event? And that is negative energy clearing. So I didn't get a yes and then have to ask to do it. It just, this new, it's called transcendental dowsing, which I've learned, I'm pretty excited about. So it's just going straight into clearing that negative energy. So we're clearing all the ego drama, the stuff that might have prevented us from getting in. We are doing that now. It's taken a little bit of work, but that's okay. We'll just wait it out and it'll do it. All right. There we go. So again, is there anything else preventing us from getting to this life event? No, there isn't. Okay, so let's find out how many clues are going to help us figure it out. Is it one clue? No, it's not one clue. Is it two clues? No, is it three clues? Okay, we're getting a yes for 3 clues. The first of the 3 clues, actually I'm going to ask, is there any negative energy keeping you from getting to it? No. The first of the 3, is it in column A? No. Column B? Yes, it is in column B. Is it in 1 through 10? Nope. 11 through 20. 21 through 30. Yes, not 21 through 30. 21 through 25. No. 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We got a yes on 30. So what did I say? That was B30? Yeah, B30. Okay, let's find that. I should have had it open. B30 is humorlessness. All right, so let's make sure that is actually it. Is it humorlessness? No. So is there negative energy around the clue? Yeah. So that's like leading me on the wrong track. Okay. As soon as you get to it, it's like, that's a weird clue. So it's just drama. So we got to get that out of the way. All right, so back to this first clue. Is it still in column B? Yes, it is. Is it in 1 through 10? 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 21 through 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, B28, that's more like it. Let's see, what's B28? Hopelessness. Okay. So is the clue hopelessness? There we go. So it's staying on a yes for that. So I've cleared the drama so that it's like, yeah, okay, that's the accurate one. All right, so that's the first clue. The second clue, is it in column B? C, column D. Column D, 1 through 10, 1 through 5, 1, 2, 1. Okay, it says D1. Love. All right, so again, is there any negative? Yep. We're getting some drama at each clue. All right, let's clear that one out. Let's get the actual clue. All right, the second clue, is it in column D? Okay, 1 through 10, 1 through 5, no, 6, 7, D7. Okay, D7, mentally oppressed. So is that our actual clue this time? You know, it's not drama, but there's something else that's hiding it. Is this an intention? It's an intention. Is there drama there? Demand that drama be released and detach from the attention, releasing it in love and light. Okay, let's try it again. Is there anything keeping me from getting to this clue now? No. Is it still in column D? Yes. Is it 1 through 10? 1 through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. D9. All right. Third time lucky, D9. Narcissism. Narcissism. I feel like there's still something here. It's not a nice strong yes set. All right. Is that another intention? No. Is there something else here? Yes, there's something keeping me from getting at it. Is there still some more negative energy I need to address? Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Is it D9? Okay, it is actually D9. It is narcissism. Okay, that seems to be the correct clue. All right, so we had, what was our first one? Hopelessness and narcissism. Okay, is there still a third clue? No. That's what that drama was about. So it's just those two. All right, when did this take place? Was this in any time during adulthood? I'm getting a yes to adulthood. Was it before the age of 20? Yes. Okay, so we'll go age 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, it was ongoing. This wasn't a single event. This was an ongoing experience from the ages of 17 through 20. Now, does something spring to mind? Hopelessness and narcissism.
I was in college at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anything in particular where those clues would make some sense to you? Is there any more negative energy surrounding? Oh, there's a little bit. Hang on, let's just release that.
Sorry. You keep freezing on me, but so hopelessness and narcissism.
Mm-hmm. Any more negative energy? Okay, anything springing to mind? So you said it's around college. All right, let's narrow it down. So did it have anything to do with college? No, it did not. Let's find out how many people were involved. Besides you, were there any other people? Yes. One other person? No. Two other people? Yes. So it was you plus two other people. Were these people from school? Not at all. No. So it said not college, now it says not school. Family members? No. Friends? Okay, for friends, I get that I'm on the right track. So does that mean anything to you? So not exactly friends, like maybe friends of friends? I'm getting a friends of friends kind of thing going on here.
It was a few years ago, so.
A couple. Okay, now that I've identified that much, is there any negative energy to release? Okay. Again, as soon as there's when we hit on a detail, if it doesn't spring to mind, then it's because there's some energy around it.
Okay.
Something that your memory, your ego is trying to keep you from getting at. Okay, so that energy's gone. So were they friends of friends? And there were two of them. Okay, now anything springing to mind?
I'm trying to think if there was an incident. So you'd say it was that.
Not one incident. It was an ongoing. So think about the people in your life at the time, because this is, like I said, it's not one particular circumstance, but I have a feeling there were some people in your life who impacted you, something about them. And this is narcissism. Okay, hang on, let's find out. Were you the one feeling hopeless? Yes. Were you the one who exhibited narcissistic behavior? No. So were these friends, well, friends of friends, narcissistic? Yes. So there are people in your life, not your friends, but their friends, who were narcissistic. So how do we define narcissistic? Placing a whole lot of importance on themselves, if I recall. And it made you feel hopeless. I'm not getting that there's anything that should be blocking us anymore.
Just because of the length of time, I'm trying to remember.
Okay, let me just ask, is there any, with respect to the time frame, is there negative? Ah, okay. Drama, this is probably not the right time frame. So without, sort of take out that time frame, but think about friends of friends, narcissistic, and you feeling hopeless around it. Like, does that ring a bell?
The feeling does, but not necessarily, it doesn't bring up a specific incident. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that means we're closing in on it. Okay, so now let me ask about the ages again, because there was something there that was blocking it. Was it during adulthood? No. Okay. Was it before the age of 15? Yes. Before the age of 10? Yes. Before the age of 5? No. Okay, age 5, age 6, age 7, age 8, age 7. There we go. There was too much drama there. I couldn't get to it before. Age 7, narcissistic behavior. You felt hopeless. Still 2 people, both of them friends of your friends. Okay. So we got to think back even further.
I'm thinking grade 7 and 8 as opposed to age 7 and 8. There wasn't an incident with friends.
Okay. All right. So why am I getting grade 7 or age 7? I don't know. Again, usually some drama, something in there. So let me ask again, is there still negative energy that needs to be, there's still something that needs to be released. I just haven't released it. Forgot to ask that question. All right, there's still something that needs to be released, and it's going to help you remember it a little better. All right, so what is it that needs to be released? Is it a lesson that needs to be anchored? Yes. Core belief to release? No. Emotions to release? No. Any negative energy around that lesson? No. Is it one lesson? Yes. Is it 1 through 20? Yes. 1 through 10? No. 11 through 15, 16, 17, 18. Do I have to read the lesson aloud for you? Yes. Okay. So part of the reason it's not coming clear yet is because there's a lesson that needs to be anchored. And once that's anchored, things should start coming back to you a little better. So what we've got, I'll ask if it's been anchored, is trust yourself. Only then can you trust others. Mm-hmm. Develop trust in self so that you are able to trust others. If you are the one rejecting self, not knowing what is best or right for you, it will be impossible for you to be free to trust another. You may have let yourself down in the past by making mistakes or placing your faith in someone or something that disappointed, hurt, or abused you. To be able to trust others again, though, it is necessary to understand that you must first rebuild your own sense of acceptance itself. Trust, in this sense, combines loving self, forgiving self, accepting self, and respecting self. No one is perfect, so work with your strengths and weaknesses, taking back your power to stand strong within self. You could equate regaining self-trust to an exercise program. The more you find ways to trust yourself, the stronger you will be in making the correct life choices. You will also discover that the more you believe and trust self, then as you would do yourself no harm, you will become aware when trust is not earned by another. Okay, that's anchored in. Is there any more negative energy around this event? Okay, now, okay, is this the event that was in grade 7, 8? Yeah. Okay, so you did get the event. Are there more details around it now? Is it coming a little clearer?
I remember the feeling more than an actual, but I do remember that I lost some friends.
Okay.
I think based on what someone else had said.
Okay, so is that enough information for us to work on? Oh, we need more information. We need to pull it out. Okay, so, which means, is there still some drama here? I demand that drama be released. Is there any more drama here? Okay, so we have to release this drama. In order to release it, is there a lesson to hear? Feeling to resolve. An influence. An influence, an outside influence. Okay, it's an outside influence. Is there an inside influence? Nope. Parts? Nope. Any negative energy around the outside influence? Yes, there is. Okay, do we need to identify this influence? Yes, we do. Is it one person? Yes, it is. Now, you had said there was a result of somebody. Is it? I'm just going to ask if the influence is that particular person. Yes, it is. So that person's energy is still in yours. So that's
Oh, interesting.
creating some drama. So in order to detach that person from your energy, is there a lesson that you need to anchor? Nope. Core belief to release? Nope. Feelings to release? Nope. Obstacles? Challenge? Influence? Okay. Is it a part? Okay. An engaged part? Yes. Disengaged? Is it no? Is it safe for this engaged part to embrace wholeness? No, it's not. So for us to do it, is it safe to do? Can we do this all at one time? No. Okay. Essentially, there's an inner child that was produced around that time. So there's a piece of you that's still traumatized by that person. So we have to heal the part, and then that part will release the energy of that person from you. Okay. So for this part to feel safe, first, is there a lesson to be anchored? Yes. Any negative energy around that lesson? Yep. I'm just going to clean that up. Okay, with that, has the lesson been anchored? Yes. So the part is safe to embrace wholeness? Yes. To embrace wholeness, is there a lesson to anchor? Core belief to release. Okay, any negative energy around that lesson? Okay, we're going to clear that one too. Okay, we've cleared that one. And now has that lesson been anchored in? Yes. So now has this part reintegrated? Yes, it has. And with that, can you now detach this person's influence from your energy? Yes, we can. Is there any more drama around this event? No, there isn't. Now, how about when you think about it?
Sorry?
Now, when you think about it, any more details come out?
I remember a sleepover and not being invited to a sleepover.
There you go. Okay, is that all the information we need? Yep, that's all. We just needed to, we needed the information because that person's energy was still there. So we had to be able to detach her.
Okay.
So that was why we needed more information to be able to pull it out. Okay, so that affected you. So now we get to release that. So do I do this during ART? Yes, it is. So in order to release this energy, or this, oh, is there a contract associated? Yes. So to release this life event. Actually, before I do that, because this is the part that well, the part I like the most. It's where we get the before and then the after. So I need the before. So when you think about that event, so now the not being invited to the sleepover, I'm sure it evokes some emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like feeling left out or
Not
upset or angry,
not worthy and
not worthy. Yeah, that would be a big one. I mean, if that's one of those things that, like, if your subconscious says that's, a big event, that absolutely would affect your feeling of self-worth today.
Mm-hmm.
It's been deep down there. So this is a good one to get rid of. So in order to release this life event, is there a lesson that needs to be anchored? Nope. Core belief to release. Oh, actually, first let me ask, is there some negative energy that has, that we've identified it, I gotta release the drama. Get the ego on board with us actually letting this life event go. Okay, let's try that again. So to release this life event, is there a lesson to anchor? Yes, we have one. A core belief to release. Yep. Some feelings to resolve. Nope. Any negative energy around the lessons? Yep. Let's get rid of that. All right, so the first, is it one lesson? 2 lessons. Okay, so lesson 1 through 20, 21 through 40, 41 through 50, 51. Lesson 51. Okay, do I have to read this out for you? Yes, I do. And I'll honestly, because I know what 51 is, I'll be curious to know how this relates.
Okay.
Because this says, and I'm going to ask for it to anchor, trust in the act of forgiveness. When others are willing to release you, just accept and let go. And it says, forgiving self and forgiving others are gracious and generous acts of humility, understanding, and empowerment. Accepting forgiveness from others for issues or acts we created requires belief in the act of forgiveness. If others are willing to let you off the hook for wrongdoing or hurtful misdeeds, why hold on to that imbalance of energy to continue to punish yourself? If they no longer hold you accountable, then you no longer need to bind yourself to them. Allow this simple act of love, respect, and courage to set you both free. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is simply releasing the hold and setting all parties free to move on with their lives. So somewhere in here, I don't know all the circumstances of the event, obviously, but there's something here where you did something wrong and you're still kicking yourself over it because you feel like you're not forgiven for something. Okay, but that's been anchored. Is there another lesson that needs to be addressed? No. Another core belief that needs to be released? Yes. Any negative energy around the core belief? Okay, that's released. Is it 1 core belief? 2. Okay, is it 1 through 20? 1 through 10? 1 through 5? 1, 2, 1. Okay, so as a result of this life event, you took on a belief. I'm going to read to you what the belief is, and then we're going to release it. Core belief number 1. Okay, so releasing the belief. Oh, okay, I'm doing this slightly different. I'm going to release the belief first, and then we're going to input what I want you to believe in second. This is done in 2 parts.
Okay.
First is I am nothing, I have nothing, and I will never amount to anything. Because one motion of the pendulum is to release, and the other one is to input good stuff. And so that's now been released, and now we're going to input the new belief that says, every day I discover ways in which I am unique and different. As I explore my own interests and focus on the things that I enjoy, I see that I have the freedom and power to achieve any goal I choose. There we go. Okay, is there anything else associated with this life event? I'm getting a no. Has the contract therefore been resolved? Yes, release the contract in love and light, filling the void as per the intention. Now, is there any other negative energy associated with this life event? Getting that there still is. Still something in there. All right. Now, is there still anything remaining to be released from this event? Okay, so now when you think about that event, please tell me how you feel, if any of those original emotions are still there, or if maybe different emotions have come into its place. Because if there's anything left, then we're not done.
I definitely feel lighter even before you read the last statement. I felt like, I don't know how else to describe it other than lighter.
That's a good phrase. That's lighter is a very common, like a weight's been lifted.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but when you think about the event itself, are there any like, is it neutralized? Like, they think about it and go, meh, well, it happened, or is there still some?
There's a little bit. There's still some sadness, I guess, that there was some sort of misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we need to release that sadness. So now we can do that. Is there negative energy around the sadness? Okay, so that's addressed. So now in order to release this sadness, is there a lesson to anchor? Core belief to release. Emotion release any negative energy around the lesson. Okay, is there still a lesson there? No, so the lesson's now been anchored in. Okay, is the sadness still there? Any negative energy that still has to be released? Okay, so tell me now, how does that sadness feel?
Oh, sorry, I unplugged you a little bit. What?
How does the sadness feel now?
Um, sorry, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, um, actually, it doesn't feel the same.
Okay.
I guess neutral, if that's the right.
Neutral is the word. That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you think about it, there's no negative emotions popping up, right? Or if there is, this is where we want to eliminate them.
I don't think that there's anything negative. I think I just kind of feel like it's done.
Yeah, that's neutral. Okay, so let me explain essentially what happened there. I tell people to look at their life as though it's a photo album, and the vast majority of the photos are in black and white. So if you look at all the things in your past, you go, oh yeah, I remember that one, and I remember that happening, and yeah, that kind of sucked, but you know, things, that's just the way it is, and it like there's no association with them. It's like reading a page in a history book. It could be somebody else's history book, right? Then occasionally you'll flip across a picture that is in bright, vivid color. And when you look at that picture, you remember all the details. You remember who said what to whom. You remember, oh, that made me feel so angry, or oh, I was so or you know, it just feels like it happened yesterday, right? That is an unresolved event. That's an event that's got an emotional charge associated with it. That's the kind of stuff that your subconscious is dying to get your attention to resolve and release. So this sleepover issue or event, that was unresolved. And what we just did was drain the color out of that picture. So now, you know, it happened. It's part of your history, but it doesn't need to impact you anymore. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but one last thing I want to do, and this is new, is I want to, we've neutralized something. We've kind of created a void. We've taken out some stuff, but we want to put some stuff in, right? So the emotions that were associated, like all the emotions that you drew up, we're going to ask, like first we're going to ask to sort of vacuum them out. We're going to say we want to release all the negative emotions that were associated with that event. So we're asking to release issues of low self-worth, and you can add stuff to this, and sadness, and feeling left out, and all of those negative associations with that event. All of that stuff, we're just sort of doing this like great big cyclone vacuum cleaner. We're cleaning that up right now. We're getting that stuff out of your energy. So every negative emotion that was associated, we're asking to release it. So the universal forces are picking it up and getting rid of it. And now we're going to transmute those into positive emotions. So now we're going to ask for boundless self-confidence and self-worth and feelings of belonging and feelings of joy and happiness, and yeah, essentially all the opposites of what, what else do we want to, what would we rather be feeling? And forgiveness,
Forgiveness, yes.
compassion, because these were issues, you know, there was forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others, compassion. You know, you said there was a misunderstanding, so we want to be bringing forward those kinds of positive emotions, how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the others involved. We want to not just feel neutral to them, but to feel good about them and compassionate towards them. And we're just going to let those anchor in. All right. And now we are done.
There we go.
Okay. So that's what I do. Thank you, Kathy, for being a great volunteer for me. I'm going to be trying to do these demonstrations every day for the next little while because a lot of this stuff is brand new, so I'm getting a lot of practice, and all of it is going to be taught in my next practitioner training workshop, which is coming in. It is happening March 17th through 19th. So that's going to be Mississauga, and if anyone is interested, pop by my website, healfromyourpast.com, and I would love to have you. I'd love to have you join me, and you'll learn some pretty cool and amazing stuff. So thank you for watching.